Glad to have you with us on Tesla Shorts Time, episode 552, coming to you from Vancouver. It's July 25th, 2026. Lots happening across deliveries, FSD, and the stock today. Tesla's FSD v14.3.6 now pulls into Sheetz entrances and assigned home spots that previously needed manual driving. Tesla reported revenue growth in its latest quarter alongside continued pressure on automotive margins. Spending on AI, robotaxi, and Optimus programs contributed to that margin compression during the period. Energy storage and software services delivered record profit contributions that helped offset weaker vehicle results. Investors are weighing the balance between near-term profitability and the longer-term autonomy investments. This financial picture connects directly to how autonomy software is advancing in practice. The latest FSD v14.3.6 update lets the car enter a local Sheetz driveway that earlier versions had never handled, despite repeated manual use of the same entrance. It also parks in the owner's assigned home space even when other spots remain open. These changes address specific real-world navigation gaps that have persisted across earlier versions. The improvements come as Tesla continues iterating on supervised FSD ahead of any unsupervised regulatory path. From passenger vehicle FSD progress, the focus now shifts to plans for commercial trucks. Elon Musk stated that FSD capability will reach the Semi by early 2027. The timeline aligns with broader efforts to expand supervised autonomy across Tesla's commercial vehicle lineup. No details were given on regulatory approval or specific semi-production volumes. The Semi program continues limited customer deployments while production scaling remains gradual. From vehicle autonomy, the next major hardware program involves Optimus. Tesla is sourcing components for Optimus from Chinese suppliers as it prepares for higher volume production. Elon Musk stated that supply chain constraints remain the primary obstacle to scaling. The move follows ongoing factory construction at Giga Texas, where dedicated Optimus lines are being built. Volume targets stay pinned to 2027 and beyond under current plans. From new product programs, an existing production challenge involves Cybertruck tooling. Tesla filed suit claiming a Texas supplier is withholding custom tooling and parts unless paid $250,000 per day. The company states it owns the tooling outright and needs it returned to maintain Cybertruck production flow. The emergency order request focuses on reclaiming property rather than resolving payment disputes. Production at Giga Texas remains exposed while the legal process continues. Owning the physical tooling for a component changes the balance of power in any supplier dispute. When a manufacturer controls the dies, molds, and fixtures required to make a part, it can shift production or bring work in-house without starting from scratch. Tesla's lawsuit over the Cybertruck supplier illustrates this leverage in practice because the company is not arguing price or quality, but simply demanding return of assets it already paid to create. The result is faster legal resolution than a typical contract fight and lower risk of prolonged line stoppage. This approach carries its own costs because designing and building custom tooling requires upfront capital and engineering time that many automakers prefer to outsource. Tesla accepts that burden because it aligns with a broader pattern of controlling the variables that most affect production velocity. In a high-mix environment that now includes vehicles, energy products, and humanoid robots, the ability to redirect tooling quickly becomes a competitive advantage rather than a sunk cost. The downstream effect appears in margin protection because supply interruptions measured in days instead of weeks help avoid both lost revenue and the secondary costs of expedited freight or temporary workarounds. From one Cybertruck production issue, the next development involves energy product compatibility. Existing Powerwall 2 installations in Australia can now accept a Powerwall 3 unit without additional gateway or inverter hardware. The upgrade path simplifies capacity expansion for Australian households already using the earlier model. This change reduces installation cost and complexity for owners seeking more storage. Tesla has not detailed whether similar compatibility will reach other markets. From energy product compatibility, reported reliability issues have surfaced with the newer unit. Owners report the Powerwall 3 halts charging following even brief grid interruptions, and the mobile app fails to display any grid flow data. This behavior leaves the system unable to resume normal operation without intervention. The issue surfaces in residential energy storage, where reliable post-outage recovery matters most. Tsla has not yet issued a software fix or statement on the reported behavior. From energy hardware, a regulatory note on vehicle design closes out the vehicle side. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration rejected a petition calling for a formal probe into interior door release mechanisms on Tsla vehicles. The agency stated it found insufficient evidence to warrant further action at this time. The decision follows earlier reports of incidents involving the electronic door handles. Tsla maintains the current design meets all applicable safety standards. From regulatory clearance, a supply chain positive rounds out the manufacturing updates. LG Energy Solution will deliver battery cells valued at $4.3 billion under a new multi-year agreement. The supply supports Tesla's vehicle production across multiple platforms, including Model Y and Cybertruck. This contract adds to Tesla's existing cell sourcing from multiple suppliers. No specific cell chemistry or factory allocation details were released. Edmunds published the full pricing breakdown for the refreshed 2026 Model Y across all trims. The details show how Tsla positioned the updated vehicle relative to prior model year pricing. Buyers now have clearer line item comparisons for range, performance, and feature differences. The release comes as Tsla continues to adjust its core vehicle lineup amid competitive pressure. Auto Express compared the Tsla Model 3 directly against Mazda's new 6e electric sedan on range, handling, and interior space. The test highlights how Mazda's first dedicated EV stacks up against an established benchmark in the segment. Real-world driving impressions and charging performance form the core of the evaluation. The matchup arrives as more traditional automakers enter the compact EV space. A comparison tracked fuel, maintenance, and energy costs over equivalent distances for a hydrogen Toyota Mirai and a Tsla Model Y. The Tsla Model Y showed lower operating expenses primarily due to electricity versus hydrogen pricing in the tested region. Real-world refueling times and infrastructure access also factored into the final tally. The exercise underscores ongoing total cost of ownership differences between battery and hydrogen powertrains. One article examines leasing versus buying for Tsla vehicles amid rapid technology shifts. The piece outlines how leasing structures shift residual value risk away from the buyer in a market with rapid technology changes. Buyers considering purchase face uncertainty around future software features and model refreshes. Leasing allows access to newer hardware and FSD updates without long-term ownership commitment. The piece notes this dynamic applies across Tesla's current lineup amid ongoing autonomy development. The discussion appears on Motor1.com and focuses on current model year considerations. Source material comes from Google News aggregation of the Motor1.com report. Video footage shows a Cybertruck unable to complete a boat launch on a ramp. The incident required assistance from a conventional truck to finish the task. The event highlights real-world towing limits under specific conditions such as incline and surface traction. Tsla has not commented on the video or the circumstances shown. Cybertruck towing ratings remain published at the vehicle's maximum specified capacity. The clip circulated via Yahoo Autos coverage. There is a challenge worth discussing around the Cybertruck supplier situation. Tsla claims a supplier is withholding owned tooling and demanding daily payments to release it, directly threatening Cybertruck line continuity at Giga Texas. The lawsuit seeks an emergency order to reclaim the property rather than negotiate payment terms. Production exposure remains until the court resolves access. This situation tests how quickly Tsla can secure alternative sourcing or legal relief to protect output targets. Before we go, keep an eye on any developments in the supplier tooling lawsuit and whether similar Powerwall 3 compatibility expands beyond Australia. That covers it for today's Tesla developments. TSLA closed at $313.03, down $6.66, 2.1%. Share this episode with a fellow Tesla enthusiast if you found it useful, and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's episode. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for being here. Quick tip from the network. Try modern investing techniques next. Modern strategies for Canadian and US investors. Every NARA Network show is free at naranetwork.com. The age of AI puts real builders on the phone with an AI host. Apply at naranetwork.com/age-of-AI apply. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.